Guys, welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. In this video, guys, I just kind of want to go over a few horror movie documentaries, some recommendations that I think are that are very interesting and are great to play around the spooky season. Because I know every once in a while, sometimes I'm just not really in the mood for a movie. I'm just more in the mood for like a documentary or seeing how a movie was made, more so than I'm actually want to watch the movie. So, and sometimes I find the documentary just as interesting, if not more interesting, than the actual movies. So I have 7 or 8 horror documentaries that I have in my collection that I think are definitely worth your time and you should definitely watch during this spooky season. Let's get started. First off, this was a Shudder original. This is called Behind the Monsters. This is just a documentary covering looks like 6 different horror movies and kind of where it all started, like if what kind of maybe real life events were based on the ideas of the movies, and kind of just the creating aspect of how these movies came to be. This is a super interesting documentary. I highly recommend you check it out. I have this one. I was going to save this one for the end because this is probably the best documentary out of the whole thing, but it's just right here, so we'll just do it right now. This documentary is like the documentary of documentaries as far as like horror documentaries go. It's just awesome. And that is Never Sleep. What is it? Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy. Sorry, there's kind of a glare there. Hopefully you can kind of see that. This documentary is fantastic because it covers the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and it dedicates a solid like 25 to 30 minutes per movie. I mean, this sucker is super long. It's like 238 minutes. And they go into great detail about the making of every one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And this is just a fantastic documentary. This edition, it has 2 discs, I believe. It also has, it has quite a bit of bonus features, which is all the things in the red right there. Just an outstanding release. I don't remember if this came out on Shudder. This might have came out before Shudder was even really around, but out of all the documentaries, this is a definite must watch if you have the time. I think when I watched it over the course of 3 days because it is ridiculously long, but they go into great detail about all the movies. It's amazing. Next we have a movie called Just Desserts, The Making of Creepshow. Now I have only seen part of this. I think I watched it and ended up falling asleep. It started really late at night, so I haven't actually finished it, but from what I saw, I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to be watching watching the whole thing over again this Halloween season. But I've also heard nothing but good things, but the little bit that I saw, the first half or the first like maybe 40 minutes of it, I really enjoyed. I thought it was very interesting, and I look forward to finishing it, but I'm going to throw it on the recommendation list just because what I saw I thought was well worth your time, and I'm sure the rest of the documentary is just as good. So I definitely recommend watching that. And next we have Smoke and Mirrors, the story of Tom Savini. Tom Savini, of course, if you do not know who he is notorious. Not notorious, but I guess he kind of can be, but he is a very famous makeup and special effects artist that specializes in horror movies. He may have done a few other things that were not horror movies. I'm sure he did, but he really did a great job in some of the biggest horror movies ever. I think he did like Creepshow, Dawn of the Dead. Oh my gosh, just so many. I don't even want to start listing them all, but Tom Savini is awesome, and that is an amazing documentary. Next, we have Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, the Robert Englund story. This is very cool. Robert Englund didn't always do horror movies, so this whole thing is just based on kind of his career. It talks about everything, so it's not all horror, But, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger was a big part of his career. So they spent a good amount of time on that. So that's why I'm saying this one is definitely worth watching around the Halloween season. Next up, we have Pennywise, the story of it. This is a fantastic documentary about the making of the original miniseries back in the 90s. I think this one's super long, too. A little over 2 hours, not crazy long. But this is a fantastic documentary. They go into great detail in this one as well. And on top of it, look at that artwork on the slipcover. It is very cool. So yeah, if you're a fan of Stephen King's It, the original one from the 90s, like the one I grew up on, this documentary is definitely for you. Next is one that I just saw for the first time this year, and I just picked this up this year. You can only get this on DVD, and it's Halloween 25 Years of Terror. And this kind of just goes through all of the Halloween movies. This was made quite a few years ago. I want to say early 2000s. So whatever was out up to the early 2000s is what they discuss in here. But yeah, it's a great documentary, a whole bunch of special features. And this is not hard to find, but it can be a little bit spendy. I lucked out and got this, I want to say for like $25 with the slipcover. Lots of times you don't get it with the slipcover, but I did. I lucked out, and it was only like $25, so I got it for a pretty good price, and it shipped to me within like 4 days, so that was awesome. So I highly recommend this for anybody who is a fan of the Halloween franchise. And the last one we have here is Cleaning Up the Town, Remembering Ghostbusters. There is also a Blu-ray release of this, but I think I found this at Walmart for $5.99 or something on DVD. And I was like, oh, that's super cheap. I'll just pick it up on DVD. But yeah, this is a movie that just that talks about the making of Ghostbusters and remembering the making of Ghostbusters and kind of just the cultural effect that it had on society and just pop culture in general. This is definitely a very good documentary, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Listen, you guys like what I'm doing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. And let me know, is there any horror documentaries that I didn't talk about? I mean, I'm sure there is. I might just not have them in my collection. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. What are you guys watching? Do you have any recommendations for me? You guys are amazing as always. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.